Fresh off the primary elections last evening, the Texas Republican Party is in chaos today following a shocking order from Donald Trump himself. An order that looks like it's going to sabotage the election for Republicans. If you care about seeing the Senate and Texas turn a brighter shade of blue this fall, or if you somehow still need proof that Donald Trump is suffering from a nasty case of mental rot, stay tuned and prepare to point and laugh. This is The David Reddish Show. Welcome to the show, beautiful Occupy Democrats viewers. I'm David Reddish. Once again, before we get started, I think I'm legally obliged to ask you to subscribe to The David Reddish Show channel right now. You help keep us in business, you will stay up to date on all breaking news out of Washington, and you help us promote our show so more people who need to see this kind of independent journalism can actually see it. So hit that button. Now let's get to it. In case you missed it, last night saw James Tellerico become the Democratic nominee for Senate in Texas. And if any of you watching were supporters of our girl Jasmine Crockett, I think she was also a formidable candidate, and I would love to see her take on Ted Cruz in a couple of years. Think of that throwdown. But I digress. With Tellerico sealing the deal to represent the Democrats, the Republicans now head to a runoff election with Senator John Cornyn defending his seat against the scandal-plagued Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. And coming out of election night, there are some bad signs for Republicans. Check this out, and fair warning, regardless of your sex, wear a groin cup. Harry Hinton is incoming.
I would say the word to describe it for Democrats, tremendous turnout. I mean, woof! Texas Democratic Senate primary turnout, the highest ever was this primary. We're already up to 2.3 million, and that's only with 92% of the estimated voting. That will climb ever higher. The 2000s average was less than 1 million. They've more than doubled the average turnout for Texas Senate Democratic primaries. The Democrats came out and voted. This beats the old record, which was 2.2 million, and that was in a presidential primary year between Obama and Clinton, and this beat it. Democrats really enthusiastic. As I said, the word to describe this is tremendous.
Wow, those are astonishing numbers on the Democratic side. It's amazing what you can accomplish with great candidates. And if you thought that looked embarrassing to the Republicans, stick around, because it does get much worse. With Cornyn and Paxton heading to their runoff, there is something of a third party in this race. Donald Trump himself, who in the primary did not make any endorsement. Conventional wisdom suggested he favored Paxton. But the Texas Republican Party has some serious doubts about Paxton's electability, considering he is currently embroiled in a number of scandals, and polls show Paxton losing to Tellerico in a general election. And of course, none of this says anything of the current war with Iran, which is still deeply unpopular with the American people, as are virtually all of Donald Trump's policies on everything from immigration to the economy to social issues at this point. So if it looks like a Republican, even in Texas, has an uphill climb, you're not wrong. And now Donald Trump has made it so much worse. Taking to Truth Social today, Trump said this about the Republican runoff election. Trump wrote, quote, "The Republican primary race for the United States Senate in the great state of Texas, a state I love and won 3 times in record numbers, the highest vote ever recorded by far, cannot, for the good of the party and our country itself, be allowed to go on any longer. It must stop now. We have an easy-to-beat radical left opponent, and we have to totally focus on putting him away quickly and decisively. Both John and Ken ran great races, but not good enough. Now this one must be perfect. My endorsements within the Republican Party have been virtually insurmountable. It is such an honor to realize and say that almost everyone I endorse wins, and wins by a lot, especially in Texas. I will be making my endorsement soon, and will be asking the candidate that I don't endorse to immediately drop out of the race. Is that fair? We must win in November." So, Trump is trying to interfere in the Republican election by forcing the candidate he does not endorse to automatically drop out of the race. Apparently, President Strokey Pants is overlooking a few elements here. First, At this point, it would perhaps be wiser to stay out of the race altogether since he's deeply unpopular and, contrary to what he says, his endorsed candidates are losing. Second, given his obsession with voter fraud, I'm not sure an endorsement and then telling the people of Texas that their votes don't count is actually a great strategy. After all, that has cost Republicans the Senate before, back in 2020, when Trump's pouting about his loss encouraged Georgia Republicans to stay home, and 2 Democrats picked up seats. And finally, the most ironic bit considering Trump's moaning about stolen elections. He's essentially ordering candidates to quit. Isn't that robbing Texas voters of their opportunity to choose? Shouldn't they choose before Trump does? Trump could have endorsed someone in the primaries, but he didn't. That time has passed. And an endorsement generally does not include an order to other candidates to drop out of the race. If anything, that encourages conversation about candidates among voters. But what do you expect from the Orange Menace, who has spent his entire second term trying to undermine elections, or fix them entirely? Again, see our other videos for more. Right now, one thing is certain. Democrats have a great candidate and are voting for him in record numbers. Republicans were not enthusiastic and are likely to be less so after interference from the Orange Menace. So, I say bring it on, James Tallarico. We are ready for a fight. Now, everyone, all together, let's point and laugh. Ha ha! This is the David Reddish Show.